Hey mamas, and welcome to my channel. I would like to share today the pregnancy differences between my first and second pregnancy, and just as I heard with each pregnancy it could get harder and more painful, and just every pregnancy is different, so I wanted to share my experiences on these two different pregnancies. So I am currently 37 weeks, so I have home stretch 3 weeks left if this little guy stays until his due date. And yeah, so with my first pregnancy, I was induced at 42 weeks because he was just too comfy and did not want to come out, and I did possibly almost everything, walking, just everything I could to get him out, except I did not do primrose oil, and I did not do castor oil. I think those are the only two things that I did not do. But everything else I tried to do. So with my first pregnancy, I was nauseous between 5 weeks, so at the very beginning, and up to 18 weeks, so a little into my second trimester. And with my second pregnancy, it was about the same. I started getting nauseous at 8 weeks, and until 22 weeks I was pregnant, so well into my second trimester. In my first pregnancy, I was moody at times, definitely not as moody as in my second pregnancy. How I found out I was pregnant is I was a week late, and I had sore breasts, and I would go to the bathroom often, so I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant, so I should take a test, and I'm a week late. With my second pregnancy, I was too impatient, and I took a test I think 2 days before my period was due, and the symptoms that I had was I had an achy stomach a couple days before, and my sense of smell has heightened a little higher than normal. I've noticed a heightened sense of smell. So first pregnancy and second pregnancy, I had the need to pee. With my first pregnancy, it was just mostly in my first trimester. In this pregnancy, my second one, it's practically my whole pregnancy. Just in my second trimester, kind of eased off for a couple of weeks, and then it came back in my third trimester. So let's see, in my second pregnancy, I was extremely tired the first trimester, super sleepy all the time, no energy, very moody, irritant, and heightened sense of smell. So lots of more symptoms than my first pregnancy. In my second trimester with my first pregnancy, I felt pretty good. I had practically no symptoms other than being nauseous till 18 weeks, but other than that, I felt pretty good. Just, yeah, pretty good. With my second pregnancy, I was nauseous until 22 weeks. I started getting Braxton Hicks contractions at 16 weeks. Needing to pee for towards the end of the second trimester, and I started getting insomnia, discomfort of sleeping, and I would be out of breath at times. I would also started leaking discharge, and if I would sneeze really hard or would cough really hard, I would pee a little. So TMI, but yeah, that's what happened in my second pregnancy, not my first. In my first pregnancy, in my third trimester, I started having backache, and I would have backache quite a bit, and it's probably how the baby was positioned that was causing some backache, because with my second pregnancy, I'm 37 weeks, and I would say I've had 3 or 4 times maybe backache, but I've been doing really well. I'm so thankful that I don't have any back pain. I do have hip pain, but very, very rare as well. It's usually when I really work myself and on my feet all day, and then towards the afternoon and the next day my hips will hurt a little bit, but that's if I overwork myself. In my first pregnancy, the last trimester, I was getting tired, walked like a penguin. The last 3 weeks, so at 40, 41, 42 weeks, it was really hard for me to sleep, and it was just hard to breathe, and I would have to kind of sleep sitting up, and I would have, I think the last week of first pregnancy, I started having pretty painful contractions, but I still made it to my induced date, where I think I was still 3 centimeters. So about at 38 weeks, I was 3 centimeters, and then so at 42 weeks, I was still at 3 centimeters. But I progressed and had a pretty fast labor once they induced me. In this pregnancy, for the last trimester, I've been more tired than my second trimester, but I still have energy. It's definitely not like the first trimester. Needing to pee still, Braxton Hicks. Some days, sometimes they're a little bit more painful, but like that, they're pretty okay, good, normal to handle. Also walking like a penguin. Insomnia, I'm definitely having a hard time sleeping, just being uncomfortable and waking up a whole bunch of times at night. Hard to breathe at times, and also this pregnancy, in my second trimester, I got PSD, which is like pubic symphysis dysfunction. So it's where my pubic pelvis area is where it shifts a little bit with the relaxant hormones that my body releases to prep for labor, and it causes a lot of pain in like walking, churning in bed, getting up from bed, or getting up from the couch. So I started going to a chiropractor, which helped tremendously and definitely eased the pain, and it's definitely much more tolerable. And like now, like I have the pain, but it's so tiny that it doesn't even really bother me, and it's just when I get up or I churn in bed, stuff like that. So I just have to do it slower and try and keep my legs together. And I think, yeah, I had a question. I I had a comment in one of my recent videos of to mention some TMI's symptoms that I can have in pregnancy, which I did mention. The only things I have is, I would say, leaking discharge constantly. That's kind of the only big TMI, and peeing a little when I sneeze really hard or cough really hard. That I can't hold it, but I've noticed that if I go to the bathroom more often, even though when I don't always feel like I need to go to the bathroom, definitely helps with that. And with this pregnancy, I started to leak some colostrum sometimes. So that is definitely new to me this pregnancy, and was very surprising and exciting. That is definitely also new this pregnancy to me. And yeah, this pregnancy has definitely flown by because I'm busy with a little toddler that keeps me very busy, and just we are doing so much house projects, trying to get a little bit of stuff done before the baby's here. And so once he comes, we can just chill and enjoy and put our house projects to the side for a while. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.